This is the House of Parliament, where men and women have sat for decades, making decisions that would affect all our lives. Do they really work in the interests of the people or themselves? They sit at the round tables, trying to decipher which way to turn. Is it left or is it right? Have the people benefited from those decisions? Our people have suffered for far too long. Change should not be a figment of the imagination, but reality. Every boy, every girl, every man, every woman are equally important. The market vendor joyfully sells her produce. The fish vendor skillfully uses his cutlass to cut the fish. Keep on working. Let your smile be your motivation. Build a community of brotherly and sisterly love. Don't give up on your dreams. Surround yourself with positive thinkers. Think big and keep on moving. Keep pushing the envelope. Yes, push that envelope until you have succeeded. You may have made many mistakes, but that is no reason to stop. Don't you dare give up. Get ready for that overflow. Get ready for that breakthrough. The overflow is coming. Showers of blessings. Stay cool. Stay calm. Stay collective. Ride the rough waves of life. Hold on to that rope tightly. Just keep working. Keep moving. Keep believing. Self-motivation. And it is a beautiful Saturday evening, and I am here with you. Welcome to Lies and Deceit. I am your host, Soraya Alexander, better known as Soso. And yes, it's the weekend, it's Saturday, and I am here with you. How are you, my gentle people? What have you been doing for the weekend? What did I do? I cook and I rested because y'all know Soso have not been doing too good. But I rested and I'm starting to feel better. Still nasal, air still blocked, but hey, I got a job to do and I gotta be with my sweet people. Allow me to say hey to my YouTube people. Hey Troy, baby. Hi Troy, how are you? Camilla, Oswald, y'all in the house. I know YouTube is always packed with many of you. I know y'all coming in, and thank you. Right now I am at 562 subscribers. Please, those watching me, I have 61,000 plus on Facebook. Some of you, please go subscribe to my channel so I can reach 1,000 followers so I can get to the other stuff. So if you love Soso, please go to subscribe on YouTube, because we'll be putting content on YouTube that we won't be putting on Facebook. So if you want to know all the tra-la-la, apart from politics, you want a little break, you want a little fun, you would have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I won't be posting it on Facebook. My people, how are y'all? I love y'all. I love you like kosher love labu. Let me say hi to Anicia. Anicia Dudu, how are you, Anicia? Hope everything is okay, darling. Let me say hi to some of you. Marie, Tiny, Cynthia, Rosemary, Priscilla, Andra, Claudia, Melly, how you do? Hey, Marguerite, long time I haven't seen you, darling. Hi, Sean, behave yourself. Wait, Sean, I see you writing a kind of thing under the live, Sean. You know them labor rights like to go and report people, honey. So, broken patois, broken French, broken English. That's how you stay on Facebook. Hi, Cheryl Phillips. I miss you for a while. Where have you been, Cheryl? Hillary, good night. Marva, good night. Cynthia, good night. Catherine, hello. Hi, May. Hi, Janice. Merlin, hi. It's my favorite DJ, Kevin. Say hi to him for me, please. Hi, Hermin. How you doing, Hermin? Hermin always putting eyes on my live. Hi, Claretta. Hi, Lucretia. Ernest, hi. My sweet people, hi, Eustace. Hi, Lucretia. Hi, Gigi. Hi to all of you, sweet. Hi, Diane. Hi, Priscilla. And thanks to all of you who have been messaging me, asking me how I'm feeling and everything. To be honest, I wish I was in my bed sleeping, but hey, this girl has work to do. But I want to say something tonight. Some of us take life as a joke. We need to stop playing with people's feelings in terms of romance. You should know the individual you're dealing with. If you are with a man or a woman and you believe, okay, you want to end the relationship, you found new love, you all giddy head, you need somebody else. You have a lot of people in this country do not have emotional intelligence. Now, I am speaking to St. Lucia. I know the wider world is listening, but I'm speaking to my country. A lot of people don't have emotional intelligence. People love out of their minds. A man would love a woman dearly, and this woman may not want him or want somebody else. Ladies, let me talk to you. Them men giving us horns all over our body. We they like cows, ooh, like a bull, ooh. We like a bull, because they giving us horns all over our body. Like that we are, like a horn a face, horn a forehead, horn a two part horn. But you just talk to somebody. You ain't got nothing with that person. Them men going mad. Them men want to go insane. And this is why I say the way we socialize and raise our sons, our men, is very important and is very, very critical. Because men cannot take pressure. They will go and hang themselves. They will go and drink Gramazone. Sadly, someone did that today. You know, you may not love that person again, but have, ladies, let's have that that sense, that emotional intelligence to walk that person through. Talk to that person. Say, hey, it ain't working again. I think, I want to move on. I do not hate you. We still can be friends, but not in that way. You understand? Speak to that person, guide them, and you can save a life. It is just not saying, I don't want that man again, I don't want him, I have a new boo. They can have 100 women, give us horns all over our body, we there looking hot as ever, but give them one horn, they drinking Gramazone, and this happened today. So, ladies, I'm talking to you. I ain't talking to the men because I am, man. Ladies, I'm talking to you. You have to be very, very smart about this, right? If it's a case the man beating you and doing all kind of thing, to hell with him, from it under the bus, mommy Lexa. But if it's a case where you start liking somebody else, the love gone and whatever, talk to the person, because this is the second time I'm saying that. Fortunately, the first guy did not drown himself, right? They had other guys talking to him, and unfortunately, this one now drank a substance and died. So I do not know all the circumstances, but ladies, we have to remember that man can't take on. Man can't take you leaving them. So we now as ladies, we ain't want them, but you have to be able to speak to them, talk to them, and bring them out. Let them realize, yeah, I ain't just throwing you under the bus. We'll still be friends, but it ain't working, it not working. It is sad. And I am saying that also our country needs a lot of praise. Last night, Friday was like the demon Friday gone there. I just don't know what the hell was happening in this country. The devil is loose in this country. There was accidents all over St. Lucia. Even tonight, the accidents are continuing. There is a foul spirit over this country. And where are my pastors? All of y'all in bed with the government. The Bible tells you that you have to look for the flock, look for the sheep, and not for government. Right? You're supposed to look for the people. I remember growing up as a child, fire and brimstones, the prayer warriors, people used to be praying, the pastors, where are they? Everybody want big house, big car, big this. Jesus was born in a manger. He rode on an ass. He had no Audi. He had no Benz. The devil is loose in this country, because I can tell you from yesterday, let me tell you, and when you see the accidents, right? When you see those accidents, you have to wonder, but what? You know, I am approaching a bridge. My God, how can I be speeding on a bridge? Because you cannot overtake on a bridge. A vehicle end up in the ravine, right? In the little precipice. Another one on it back. Another one hit. Let me tell you, we gotta pray. This is not a joke. This is serious business. We got to pray for this nation. I am not hearing any pastor saying, moi toujours sur Facebook, so I should know. I'm not hearing any pastor or any denomination saying, oh, let us have some prayer and fasting for our nation. No, because everybody is, let us raise money to build a bigger church. Let us raise money to do this. Jesus was born in a manger and he rode on an ass. And you all want to live the life. When you are called into the service, I am not a Catholic, but look at the nuns, humble. When you are called into the service to do God's work, you can't be rich. Like all the prosperity gospel with all them pastors all overseas, all of them living in houses, big houses. Imagine the toilet. One of them have a toilet, 25,000 US. It's in gold. When you want to walk like a child of God, you have to put away worldly things and focus on the sheep. But y'all are not doing that. I'm not hearing anybody calling for prayer. We are losing people. People are hurting themselves in accidents, all sorts of things. Our country is being run by the devil. It is being run by the devil, and some people may be joking and saying, oh, it's Black Friday, it's Black. Let me tell you, the devil is loose in St. Lucia, and I can tell you he's loose based on some of the comments I read too. The devil has taken over people, but you have to purpose in your heart to pray. Ask God to guide you, your family, because we are in dire straits in this country. And we are having all these accidents, and we have our medical professionals. They are being stretched, whether they voted for Labour or not, Mabele, Exa. They are professionals, and they have to do what they have to do to take care of us. But we cannot be behaving like we do not care. And the key ingredient is prayer and fasting. Where are the pastors? Y'all will never like so-so, because so-so is always going to come and tell y'all as it is. Because what I realize, let me tell you, everybody in St. Lucia related, right? Everybody. Because I found out, you know, Dr. Sharon Belma, I'll have to pass my hand on you. I'll have to be a little gentle with you. I've given you your plugs, but I'll have to be gentle. One of my doodoo befs is your relative. And if you are anything like this person, that's my doodoo bef, let me tell you, you are a wonderful lady. And all the salopte that is going on in this country concerning Vaval and all the bullshit, I am not blaming you, my lady. I am not blaming you. Tonight we have a lot to talk about. But you know, let me extend condolences to one of my supporters. She reached out to me. I want to extend, and imagine she reached out to me. Petra reached out to me. For me to extend condolences to her cousin. Not knowing, I had to say, when Petra sent me the picture, I had to say to Petra, but Petra, I know her. She went to Compre, very nice lady. She used to work at the bank. And then Petra said, yes, so I would like to extend condolences To the family of Bridget Sutherland and her husband. I know Bridget's husband. I know him. I have done business with her husband. And this is one of our compre ladies who have departed, untimely. This big C is something that, is taking our beautiful young women. Look at how beautiful. And she looks exactly how I remembered Bridget at Castor's Comprehensive Secondary School. So let us extend condolences to her husband, Mr. Sutherland, and also to her family. And, the condolences are coming from Petra Elcock, but it's also coming from the Lies and Deceit family, because this lady was a really nice lady, very quiet. The same way you see her there is the same way she was at Compre, and our beautiful women going. And this is why we really need, Lord, always pray, ask God to guide us, because we never know when our number, each of us have a number. And may she fly with the angels, may she journey on. And I know Petra said to me, some of the family members are meeting in New York, she's going across by them, and while she's driving, she'll look at the show. So Bridget Sutherland, fly with the angels. I can't remember her maiden name, but Sutherland is her marital name. I'm wishing her, Petra and the family, I'm wishing them Godspeed, because death is never easy. Don't matter what, it's never easy, and that's something we cannot understand. But the memories of Bridget, the good memories and all the wonderful things she has done, Bridget was only 54 years. This is young. This is why I say to you all, look at how beautiful she is, So rest in peace, Bridget, and fly with the angels. So I had to do the sad part now. Somebody is saying the pastors is not calling for prayer, but they always asking for money. Cheryl, I hope I say your name correctly. You are totally right. They always ask for money. I have reached a point where I bless the elderly. I bless them with my money, because I'm not making no pastor, none of them rich. What y'all doing? And always have a thing to raise money. How is me? Now tonight, I also want to wish another gentleman happy birthday. Happy birthday. And this birthday, I want to wish this gentleman happy birthday. I would like to wish Mr. Bernard Bousquet a happy birthday. If I didn't wish you a happy birthday, I think both of your sons would beat me. They tell me I better wish their father a happy birthday. So, Mr. Bousquet, happy birthday to you. I understood you're 74 years today. And happy birthday coming from your son, Herman Bousquet, and your other son, Marcus Garvey Bousquet. They wanted me to say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day. They love you like crazy. And your sons have said so many good things about you. Right? Your son said to me that their father raised them, and you are such a wonderful person. And they said, we're not telling you that because he's our father, but he's a good soul. And to have your children talk to you, say these things about you, mean that you did a good job. And when men raise their children, and I believe both Rubin and Marcus turn out to be wonderful gentlemen, I believe that you have done well. And this also boils down to what I'm saying, people. Our men, we need you all to be able to focus and realize there is more to life than just a woman, because he raised his two sons alone, right? And his sons are proud of him. So Mr. Bousquet, enjoy your 74th birthday. I'll come and get my cake, Mr. Bousquet. But do have a wonderful birthday. It's the birthday weekend, so make sure your children, everybody do stuff for you for the weekend, Just have fun with them. So it's coming from your son, Herman and Marcus, and from the Lies and Deceit family, and from me. Have a blessed, blessed birthday. Now, my people, tonight it's hotty. We're going to laugh. We're going to release the tension. We're going to laugh at the salopte. We're going to laugh at the nonsense. But before we laugh, we're going to laugh. Let's put a little joke on it's for all of y'all that hiding behind a mask. When y'all in-laws see y'all running. So have a look. So that's when you take off your mask and your in-laws see you. You can plenty burning. They are going to run. Okay? So all of y'all hiding behind masks. So people, all of y'all like saying, oh, this guy looking handsome, this woman looking pretty. When they take out the mask, it's horror you'll see. So this was just a little joke to get you, in the mood for what I have to tell you tonight. My people, let's wrap. But before we wrap here, let me shout out some people there before people boost my head day tonight too. Go buy the coffee, y'all. But let me tell you, the Labour Party supporters, when y'all go on the stars page, right? They have stars. People buying stars. They're millionaire. And the Labour Party supporters jealous of my coffee. Don't be jealous of my coffee. Get up your ass and go and do something, Tuna. So the coffee link is at the bottom of the page. So click on it. Go buy me coffee. So let me say goodnight to Arnold. Arnold Kanai, as always, buying so coffee. Thank you. And Doris Lamontine, how are you? And Mr. Patrick, say hello to me. She said, say so hotla. Yeah, come in and delivers the say so hotla. And my twin Jason bought me coffees. Thanks, Jason. And Jason is always somebody that real. I tell you, we just real. And somebody else bought me coffees. Thank you so much. And after the show on Wednesday, had many people just in a daze. Many people message me, even past ministers message me and say, boy, so. Where did you get that piece of information? Good journalism. Yeah, you know what? As I've said, when you're honest and you do things right, people from all walks of life reach out to you and give you the goods. And somebody after that show bought me measly coffee. And the person said, thank you for bringing the truth to light. Whoever you are, thank you so much. Okay? And Hilaria sent Thor bought coffee the last time, and she said, keep doing the good work. There are too many hypocrites in St. Lucia. Yes. And Bobby Flavius, thank you, darling. You became a member. Thank you. And somebody else bought coffees and say, continue the good work. I do appreciate all the coffees. And people need to stop being jealous, right? All the millionaires selling their stars. I have my coffee. Continue supporting the coffee movement. The link is there, right? So we can continue our business. Love you like crazy. I ain't care of the hacks. So one of them, even indiscreet, telling me, take my coffee money. I tell you, the mentality of St. Lucians, the mentality of St. Lucian is it's just flooring me. Telling me, take my coffee money and go to build the houses for the people. So I am coming to that. Now, my people, after I debunked them, I was just lying on my bed and I went through my iPad. I was just going through Facebook on my iPad, and I saw Mary Polius and Eustace Monroe's, whatever his name is. This is why I have been touting to. Anyway, next month is UWP convention. People, this is why I have been touting and asking the United Workers' Party to get their PR in gear. Y'all busy fighting. That one want to be leader. That one want to be leader. And the lies and the deceit are still being played on the people's mind. But what happened? Mary Poole and Eustace Monrose, they are on their show that plays at 6:30, still blaming Alan Chasney, saying Alan Chasney could have helped the people. Let me tell you something, people. The devil is at work in this country. And let me tell you something now. I'm going to go high in the spiritual realm with you. The devil is not only after Alan Chasney. The devil is after everyone in St. Lucia. But he is using the elite to run the narrative to confuse your mind so you believe the nasty narrative and you remain in poverty. The devil, Alan Chasney, is a drop in the bucket now. There is a bigger mission to use whatever situation like the land dispute, to use it to play in your minds and make you believe that leaders, Alan Chasney was a leader that didn't care for the poor. I saw somebody put that comment under her program saying Alan Chasney does not care for the poor. There is a concerted effort, and it was a demon. It was a demon from the time of the July 2021 election. There was a demon 5 years ahead. And the churches had to come. Where were the churches? Even the churches were against the former administration and Alan Chasney. Where were the churches to debunk those demons for 5 years? But that same demon is there being perpetuated in the minds of St. Lucia. The narrative is there. The United Workers' Party need a PR that's not only good at speaking, but you have to be connected with God, because this is spiritual warfare. And it is warfare in the minds of St. Lucians, that St. Lucians are buying into it. And let me tell you something. When someone wants to leave you in poverty, they attack your mind. So we need a PR from the United Workers' Party. I'm doing my bit as an independent person. I'm doing what I can. But we need PR from the United Workers' Party that is just not going and take a piece of paper and read. But God needs to direct you where to get things. And you have to be in such a way that your spirit will draw good people towards you to give you the information to fight the devil. There's a spiritual warfare in this country, and the churches are quiet. How can you tell me as a St. Lucian, our St. Lucian people, I see the Dominicans are laughing at us. There's this guy, he's actually making a mockery of the houses that were built for the people. And he is comparing it with what Skerrit has built for them. The people in Dominica are laughing at us. Now, I need to ask my people of St. Lucia, I need to ask y'all, don't you as a St. Lucian have pride? Because I got a lot of pride. When I'm in any foreign country and I hear about St. Lucia, oh, my head up, I up and up, because I'm a very patriotic St. Lucian. I want to ask the people of St. Lucia, don't you value yourself? Don't you think of yourself as great? Now think about that. The politicians are behaving just like the pastors who preach the prosperity gospel. They keep saying to the people, oh, I am supposed to drive the BMW. I am supposed to live in the penthouse. Yeah, you're supposed to have an old shoe. It doesn't have soul. You're supposed to live in a house that's on a side like that. That's what you're supposed to live. And when you go to work, the little $200 a fortnight they give you, you still have to pay 10% and tithes. This is how those pastors and those politicians behave. They are not the same. You have to value. Let me tell you, You can come from humble beginnings, but yet still you value yourself. You know your self-worth. If somebody have to tell you your self-worth, you have a problem. And people, let me tell you, my mouth dropped to see the comments people were saying under the photo that Richard Frederick and whoever built those houses. Now, I take umbrage to the fact that our senior citizens, if I do something for somebody, you may see the hamper, you may see whatever, but you'll never see the person's face. There is a spirit in this country, and it's a very dangerous spirit. And that spirit is still permeating strongly. Flobo, get your act together, because the pastor's sleeping. I see somebody saying they're not calling for any prayer and fasting. And it is very true, they're not calling for any prayer and fasting. Let me tell you all something, people. Elderly abuse comes in various forms. This man had a video today, some guy, and he was showing that the elderly people were so happy to get the house. I'll show it to you. But what I am saying, our country is out of order. There is no order in this land. How can you tell me that we have a planning authority, the DCA? How can we continue in this vein in this country? And I'm not even saying like it's an ordinary citizen doing it, but we have politicians, the government, building little shacks that does not comply with our building code, and St. Lucians are accepting that. Now, St. Lucians will accept those things because they themselves do not know their worth. So because you're sleeping under a tree, the government was just build a cautionary for you without any amenities, without any toilets, without nothing, and give it to you. And these poor senior citizens are there. They have them coming on a mic to speak. Let me show you all the salop tea, because that is really, really salop tea.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Landers, Chairman of the Denver South Constituency Council. And today I'm at one of our sites where we are building 3 beautiful houses for 3 homeless elderly men. There you go. As you can see to my back, they are all painted in green and white. And you know, many haters are jealous of them. This is part of our housing project.
This country has no class. This country has no class. This man said he's the chairman of the Dennery Constituency Council, and he's talking about haters. Boy, sit your ass down. This man talking about haters, sit your ass down. Where you think the $10 million come from? All of us have to go work hard, pay taxes for all those things to be paid, and you come in and say the haters. Boy, sit down. So hot. Who you calling haters? So hot. You building shit for people and you come in and you talking about haters. Boy, sit down.
All painted in green and white. And you know, many haters are jealous of them. This is part of our housing project, which was conceptualized by the Honorable Richard Frederick to assist elderly and the vulnerable.
This was conceptualized by the Honorable Richard Frederick. So hot, Richard Frederick. And this is why y'all didn't like Guy Joseph. Because Guy Joseph would not build foul cages for people. And you come in there and you're saying, what the France is going on in this country? What the France is going on in St. Lucia? How can you build salop tea for people and come in and call us haters? And by the Honorable Richard Frederick, a set of sots in this country. Sot. That's malproperty.
This is part of our housing project, which was conceptualized by the Honorable Richard Frederick to assist elderly and the vulnerable in repairing their homes. This is not a housing project, and our good Minister Alfred Prosper saw it fitting to build these houses for our homeless elderly. With me are the
Our good Alfred, now let me tell you, this is why Dominicans are laughing at us. Our good Alfred Prosper saw to build that, to build them cages. I'm telling y'all, many of you need to start getting radical like me and teach people to respect you. And not only with government, at your work, wherever you are, you have to teach people to respect you. Because what you're telling me there is that a rep can see that is good. So it means in our country we have no processes. And from what I understood, this is in a flood-prone area. There is a river behind it, and this sort want to come and call us haters. Boy, sit your ass down. You, Alfred Richard Frederick, sit your ass down with the bullshit y'all come in and tell people. This is disrespect to the highest level, right? You have $10 million, and I saw somebody wrote a beautiful comment, right, and on my post, and the person said, if you have $10 million, and it is 100 houses you can build, good houses, do it instead of building shit like that for the people of St. Lucia. Continue.
in repairing their homes. This is not a housing project, and our good Minister Alfred Prosper saw it fitting to build these houses for our homeless elderly. With me are the 3 recipients who I know can't wait what is handing over. They will now tell us the thoughts on, on the video. Yes, they will now tell us the thoughts, on this program. Simon Silly is there with me now.
Yeah, Saudi la boy. Mala mo ko to tikay le pela ma tel ma padna. Madina kay mo bile bi minister mo yedi mo tel mo be mo ko ta sa pegi. Mo kay di dai to, tout mon gawan mo dai to. So minister mo pa bay ma, thank you very much my lord. That's all.
You know, our politicians in St. Lucia, they're declassé. They're very declassé. Because how can you take this gentleman? You know, people, don't matter if the person has nothing. Everybody has a sense of pride. You say they were homeless. You build a foul cage for them, and you bring in the mister to come and talk, to stroke your ego and Richard Frederick ego. Sort. This is malpopte. You ever saw Guy Joseph, and I know Guy Joseph did a lot of work. You ever saw Guy Joseph bring anybody there to say, okay, we build houses and we happy? Not even a cockroach staying in that, the cockroach running. You have nothing in that. Continue.
Yes, there you heard it from Simon Silly, better known as Jugba. And now we have Nicholas Charles, better known as Coxiol.
Yeah. Maka nation, ang susaki siya wifet like maka glue wifet bupat mga hapate. Ek mo trabe como ele abo abusat manon siya content avec un véritable bon Dieu. Ça m'a hawe, mo ko vive ali dan, mais ça m'a hawe ay ça m'a haïsi bon. Ek amande bon Dieu la force ek couva. Ek pour aider moi, ek pour aider Prime Minister, à son salaire qu'il veut faire pour les autres qui derrière. Glorifier ça d'aller. Yeah. Moi merci ça. Merci un peu.
All right, there you have it from Coxiol. And now we have the great Akang.
Hello, sir. Yeah. C'est pour que la habiter là et puis moi là, yo vle ban moi kay là, soye, moi blanc toi dans soye man. Ou ton. On ka parler ba franchement addicta. Allez mon. Ouais, monsieur. Ça bon, ça épée. Et moi, ça bon tout, hein. Épée, puis bon. Oh, yes.
Yes, so you heard it from the three recipients. As I said earlier, they can't wait for them to move in. And, I guess you guys will get to learn more on the handing over.
I really need to find out if those three senior citizens, are they going to teleport to get into the house and teleport to get out of the house? This is a badly constructed house. There are no steps. And people, I am saying this to elevate your thinking. Not because you do not have for you to be treated like an animal. And this is why St. Jude is in the state it is. They never got DCA approval. Housing assistance does not mean that you go and build little fowl cages all around the island. Philip J. Pierre recently, I think it's last year or this year, went to some climate change conference. If you went to a climate change conference, and I listened to Mia who was on the ball, why do you think Mia built those houses? She understands climate change. But Philip J. Pierre cannot govern. You have Richard Frederick with this mad chairman saying that they are building 3 houses for homeless people. But my God, climate change, we have hurricanes coming, and this is what you builded in St. Lucia? I've heard talks where the planning authorities said people were building anyhow. That's why we have landslides and all this damage to property. And yet this man is coming and talk about haters. Tiboy, sit your ass down, so hot. Coming and talk about we are haters. No, I am here. I am here to show the people of St. Lucia you are worth more than these politicians are saying you're worth. Right? I cannot understand how Alfred Prosper, Richard Frederick, and this somewhat guy would build that for the people, right? They didn't show us inside of the fowl cage. Where is the sink? Where is... So you mean to tell me at their age, and somebody made another comment saying, so these are senior citizens, so they must be looking at them that they will digest now, so give them rubbish. It doesn't matter if the person gonna die tomorrow. You're not giving them rubbish, and it is not your money. So hot, indiscreet, calling us haters. So hot, indiscreet, calling us haters, whereas it's our taxpayers. You know, what is going on in this country? I have never seen any such bacchanal like that in my life. What is going on in this country? And this man wants to come and tell us, we are haters. What we hating for? This cannot be right. And let me tell you something. I want to know if all of them would go and live in these kind of conditions. Now, people were saying, oh, Richard Frederick have his big house, he worked for it, whatever. When you are in government, you are not in government as a tea boutique. And this is what Guy Joseph and the gang was doing. They were having their plans and whatever DCA in order to give people decent dwelling houses. When you're in government, you have to plan. There is no planning. We could see clearly. There is no planning. There is no consultation. There is no nothing. And St. Lucians, you need to let politicians understand you deserve the best. And this is why y'all voted for rubbish, because y'all know what? Y'all like handouts. Y'all want to get up and be innovative and work for yourself. Y'all like handouts. Now we're going on to another story. Maybe many of you, I know many of you didn't hear that. And I want to say thanks to my friend Hermin put me onto that. I myself did not even Hear this. People, whether you like Merle Clark, whether you like the SLMDA, whatever they call themselves, whether you like them, I always look at things on its merit, on principle. Merle Clark and her organization, they were very active. During the tenure of Alan Chastanet, they must have sent close to 1 million letters advising Chastanet what to do, what not to do, right? They must have sent him how many letters? But Merle Clark, finally, she and her organization, they woke from their slumber. They all woke from their slumber. And right now, they wrote to the Minister of Tourism, right? Telling him about their concerns concerning Vax Carnival. Now, again, this is why I say, if y'all had pride, if y'all had, if you thought of yourself as something important, all now so, let me tell you, that government, we would have had another election. But St. Lucians like nonsense. Because how can Ernest Hilaire shift the goalpost from vaccinated carnival to vaccinated and unvaxxed? I am going to play an interview Ernest did with Shelton Daniel. And let me tell you that Ernest is a real jackass. I cannot believe Ernest has a PhD. I don't know where Ernest's head is. I could not believe that interview. You have to listen to the interview for yourself. Let me tell you all something. If you all believe Ernest Hilaire, Philip J. Pierre, Moussa, and all of them care for y'all as deck. These men do not care for you. They do not care for you. Let me tell you what they care about, the bottom line. Because you see why everybody is quiet and so alone talking? Because all of them going to milk the kitty. Their hands in the millie. They're going to milk the kitty for carnival. And when your ass gets sick with COVID and you bring it home for your, and the young people go to the carnival and they bring it for their mother, their grandmother, and people start to die. We don't have hospital. Listen to the shit interview.
But we have with us on the line the Creative Industries Minister himself, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Thank you so very much for calling us. So we're happy to have you, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, Shelton. Certainly a pleasure to join your program and to share my thoughts on the issue of vaccination and carnival.
Great. Thank you so very much for that. So can you go ahead? You've written to, I haven't had time. I'll have to tell you, I just got the letter conveyed to me by Miss Mondilwis when I hadn't received it earlier, and she has sent it to me. Do you care, in the absence of my having had time to read it, to give us the gist of your response to the President of the Medical and Dental Association?
My response to her was really to start off and to say to her that I would have liked for us to have had a meeting to discuss their concerns rather than have a public exchange of letters. I would want to believe.
Okay, look at the first faux pas. He would have liked Merle to come to him, the SLMNDA, to come to him and have discussion. Ernest, sit your ass down. There is a chief medical officer. I have been following Barbados and Dominica. The prime minister staying in the background. It is the minister of health and the CMO doing all the talking. You have a CMO. What the hell you want to talk to Merle Clark for? Because I am positive Belma is not agreed with the bullshit you're doing, vax and unvax carnival, right? Because you have just taken over. Where is the Minister of Health, Minister of Fashion Food? Where are you? Ernest basically is running things. Continue.
When I hadn't received it earlier, and she has sent it to me. Do you care, in the absence of my having had time to read it, to give us the gist of your response to the President of the Medical and Dental Association?
My response to her was really to start off and to say to her that I would have liked for us to have had a meeting to discuss their concerns rather than have a public exchange of letters. I would want to believe that they probably would have thought that having a meeting with us, a discussion, might have been a lot more, constructive and certainly helpful, and really give each side sufficient.
That man is saying that if Merle Clark and them had called him to a meeting, it would be very constructive. No, it wouldn't be. You do what you want, Ernest Hilaire. We all see that. You do what you want. You have a CMO, and I am betting that Sharon Belma is not pleased with that, because our numbers are rising. She cannot be pleased with that. Why you want to talk to them if they had come to you? You told Russ Iper and them they know where to find you. I'm not to go on TV. They should come to you. Who are you talking to, Ernest? Ernest, you think it's fools that's in St. Lucia? I am here to wake people up.
Space and time to express their respective views. I explained to her that I understand the position her association is taking. They are medical and health professionals, and you would expect that they would always want to advocate for the best and the ideal conditions and frameworks for managing COVID. So I cannot have any difficulty with the association expressing their views. But I certainly also wanted to share with her the historical context in which we've arrived at where we are now, when in the ending of last year, we announced that we wanted to have vax mass. No other Caribbean country was indicating an interest in holding any carnival. At that time, we had the Delta variant. There were a number of deaths. There were increasing hospitalization, and there were increasing demands for oxygen at hospitals. But we thought that we had to project to the future. It was like 9 months away. We did not know what the 9 months would be. And life in the country must continue. We need to plan for the future. You cannot sit by and wait that COVID would go away and only then life would resume. So we took.
He is saying we need to plan for the future. Ernest's interest is only in carnival. Let me tell you something, Ernest Hilaire. Many people in this country, we all are balling with the high prices we have to deal with at the supermarket. We are going to be dead pretty soon because we will not be able to go to the grocery store to buy anything. But you and your government gave all kind of concession for people to go and matter their asses. And after they matter their asses, to go back at their homes, bring the COVID and everything. We do not have hospital. We have half-ass hospital, and for us to die. And then this is what you say. May have to be an idiot.
The position that we wanted to organize carnival. We thought a concept vax can work. If the conditions got worse, we would have abandoned the plans to host vax mass. But if the conditions got better, we would make it a lot more conducive for, or at least a movement towards the normalcy that we were accustomed to. So you plan, but as conditions at the time prevailing would tell you, you then adjust accordingly. I indicated to her that what has happened since then is that we've had the Omicron variant. At the time we made the announcement, it was the Delta variant. The Omicron variant has been presented all over the world as less severe, even though more contagious than the Delta variant.
We're gonna play it for y'all to hear, but I have to interject. Scientifically, Ernest is not even making sense. The young people laughing at you. Scientifically, you ain't making no sense. This man is talking about the world. This is why I'm saying to you, for what you wear Cletus Springer, they name him some other name, Commander-in-Chief, Commander, whatever. Where is Cletus Springer? Right? Where is he? Where also is Ma Belma? Where is Dr. Belma? Who is Ernest to be talking about Omicron thing? He has listening to him, because my mind is very sharp. There's no scientific merit in what he is saying. He's just babbling bullshit so carnival can go on. Continue, my dear.
At the time we made the announcement, it was the Delta variant. The Omicron variant has been presented all over the world as less severe, even though more contagious than the Delta variant. And therefore, people are almost rightfully or wrongfully treating the Omicron variant as nothing more than a very bad cold. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. That's the reality. What has happened is that vaccination rates have virtually gone dead, stagnant, because people believe they don't need to get vaccinated again because they're not there.
I am just like you. Let me drink a little of my apple juice, because Ernest is a freak out. And remember, I told you there is no scientific merit to his explanation as to why to have this sort of vax-unvax carnival. I remember Alan Shastney. I remembered Alan Shastney. And God is going to vindicate you. He has already, my dear friend. And it doesn't matter what happened. All of us know that you have been vindicated. Alan Shastney was doing everything to get people to get vaccinated. He was at it. Alan Shastney was at it. You all need to get vaccinated. He at it. People were going excited. These idiots were blaming Alan Shastney, saying that Alan Shastney was not promoting and educating people about the vaccine. Yes, he was. They said, oh, when we come to office, we'll have educational drives. We will do this, we'll do that. And hear what this idiot is saying, Lord Jesus. Nothing scientific. This is why I'm telling you, our country people, we are on autopilot, and there is something serious going to happen if people don't rise up. Ernest Hilaire is now saying that the vaccination drive has just, put it back a little for me, sweetie, when I come back to play it for them again, that the vaccination drive has gone down, people not interested in vaccinating. So let people, there is no leadership in this country. When Shas was they take vaccine, because I ain't one that believe in that vaccine yet. Nah. When Shas was they take vaccine, I say that's Shas' prerogative to ask us to take it. What I will do, I'll take all the things I need to take to keep my body strong, and that's exactly what I did. It is Shah's duty as a prime minister to ask us to take the vaccine, and I'm not faulting him for that. But Philip J. Pierre, when last have you heard this man have campaigned to say for people to go there to take vaccine? He died. Let me tell you why he died. Because they want to keep their carnival. They want to keep their carnival, to put the money in their pocket. Because let me tell you something, my people, y'all smart. The people listening to me, y'all smart. The reason why they put it for the unvaxxed people too, because they cannot make money only with vaccinated people. And this man, he is saying things that's not scientific at all. Listen to what he's saying. Oh, people do not want to get vaccinated again. People don't want to do this. People do not want to do that. So you'll see the carelessness of this government. Lucians, I'm pleading with you. You do not have to be UWP. I'm pleading with you to open your eyes to see is madness that is going on in this country. Many of you are going to die, and so told you all that, because it is carelessness. Carelessness. Continue, my dear.
Is that we've had the Omicron variant. At the time we made the announcement, it was the Delta variant. The Omicron variant has been presented all over the world as less severe, even though more contagious than the Delta variant. And therefore, people are almost rightfully or wrongfully treating the Omicron variant as nothing more than a very bad cold. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. That's the reality. What has happened is that vaccination rates have virtually gone dead, stagnant, because people believe they don't need to get vaccinated again because they're not hearing of the more dreaded consequences that we had with the Delta. We have also seen in all over the world, and even in St. Lucia, a more liberal approach to live in. In fact, in some countries, people have totally abandoned all protocols and even abandoned the mask mandate. In St. Lucia, we see now that we have Grocery Friday night. Grocery Friday night is a gathering of thousands of St. Lucians, both vax and unvaxxed. We have in the community of Miku, one of the largest gatherings of St. Lucians that take place on weekends, both vax and unvaxxed. You know,
he's talking about Miku, he's talking about Grocery. Let me, Ernest Ernest Hilaire have to be the most foolish politician out. And people, what they try to do, they try not to say anything about protocols and vaccines, so people will believe everything is okay so they can go ahead with their carnival. We all saw what happened at Deceit. Now he is trying to put Miku, what goes on in Miku, with Deceit, and he's saying about being liberal. But Ernest Hilaire, you have not put measures in place. Number one, you want to keep carnival because you all realize that the people that would spend the money are not vaccinated, and now you'll have unvax and vax masks, right? Masks. And right now, you want to come and talk about the thousands of St. Lucians going to the various places to enjoy themselves. But let me tell you something. When Alan Chastanet was the Prime Minister, what did he do? He put measures in place to protect people. But you have not done that. And you and your Prime Minister, you'll refuse. It is going to be a year. Imagine St. Jude would have been, the people in the stadium would have been at the bottom, on the bottom floor of the new hospital with all the different services and equipment, and they would have had something to feel proud about. But your Prime Minister is going back to the place where all the Ponzi scheme happened to rebuild it. Something is not wrong. Something is not right with this government. This government is doing a lot of nonsense, and personal responsibility. I know Sharon Delma used to preach that with Alan Chastanet. Personal responsibility. Let me tell you something. You could say what you want about Alan Chastanet, but during his tenure with Belma, when they came and say personal responsibility, wear your mask, even if people used to go to their little party, their little fair, their little thing, they were always cognizant of the fact that, hey, people, we have to protect ourselves, let's, ensure we wear our masks, this, that. People were still thinking along those lines. But with Ernest and them, it's go cod, Balfini, everybody do what they want. I tell you, this man has a serious problem.
We have throughout the country gatherings of people, both vaxxed and unvaxxed. The Rodney Bay Street is the pack on a Friday and a Saturday, both vaxxed and unvaxxed. In the marketplace, all over St. Lucia. Only in the last couple of weekends, we had Mother's Day, we had First Communion, we had Easter weekend, both vaxxed and unvaxxed mixing all over the island. So therefore, I was making the point to her that life has moved on.
So he is saying people mixing all over the island. People, I am so sorry for St. Lucia. Let me tell you, I have my little flu there, and I'm not feeling 200%. Somebody done message me already from Further First and say, what do you need? And that person is high up here. Ambassadorial high up here. The person said, let us know if you need anything for us to arrange it for you. You think St. Lucia have anything for people like me? You think if we fall sick, you think we can go to VH or Tapio? Honest, Pejelu so hot. Pejelu. You can fly to Matnik, Miami, wherever, with your family, and then you telling Mulclack, everybody everywhere, but is that's going to kill us? Muna face moon. This is what is going to kill us, all of us, because how many people are able to go and take the vitamins and the stuff to keep me? I am 52 years, to keep me strong and alive and beat whatever that is going to come. You're talking about Omicron. You're talking about all kind of bullshit. People, let me tell you, your life is in danger. And these politicians cannot even send you all to Matnik. They want the money up front. So hot.
And we still need to tell people follow the protocols. We still need to speak about vaccination. We still need to talk about personal responsibility. But the fact is, people are mixing now, both vaxxed and unvaxxed. And therefore, to suggest now that carnival should only be for the vax, both in terms of participant and spectator, people are finding it difficult to accept that. And I'm speaking to all the stakeholders.
Pay jello so hot, Ernest. Who is finding difficulty in accepting that you and all the others that are going to benefit the millie, your hands in the millie, y'all are the ones crying, not the ordinary revelers, not us. Because when they fall sick, where is government going to get the revenue? Where is government going to get the money to take care of them? They'll enter VH and come out dead. Enter life, come out dead. So hot.
The Ministry of Health, we've been in touch with them. They have been arguing for what they believe has to be the ideal framework. All the stakeholders don't always agree with the Ministry of Health. They want a more liberal framework. And we have to start planning. We have to plan for jazz next year. We have to plan for independence next year. We have to plan for acting.
Head of jackass, we have to plan for jazz next year. We have to plan for this next year. We have to plan for that. Head the idiot, you know. Head the idiot, we have to plan for this. We have to plan for that. This is madness. And we are liberal. Liberal in what? Liberal in going and kill ourselves? How many good people who are not in those things and then they're going to get sick? You have to think of the people. St. Lucia, there is a survey that 1 in every 3 person in St. Lucia has high blood pressure. And this jackass is saying we have to be liberal. Merle Clark is actually giving you solid advice. She is. Even if she gives Chastity Pluck, when she's giving Chastity Pluck, I look at things on merit, on principle, and what the woman is saying has lots of merit. Where is Dr. Sharon Belmar? Why y'all have the lady in the background so hot?
December, we have to plan for Creole Heritage Month in October. So we need to plan, we need to be very responsible, but we also need to be realistic. I mean, the fact is, people are gathering Rodney Bay Street, Rose Friday night, throughout the communities, every Friday, every Saturday, thousands of people who vax and unvax. And nobody's requiring the people who go to Roseville on a Friday night to be vaccinated only. That's just the reality. I'm not saying it's right, but that is what is happening in the country right now. So I sought to explain to her and to appeal to her that, look, other islands will be hosting Carnival, St. Vincent, Jamaica, Grenada, all of them. So let's find out what they're planning to do, what they are, approaching their planning. Let's see how we can reflect on it and see how we can make our carnival safer. And I ask her for a meeting where we can discuss those things and to make sure we ensure St. Lucia has a safe but successful carnival.
Thank you so very much for that summary or synopsis of your letter to the president of the SLMDA. You mentioned right at the beginning that you would have liked if she had or the SLMDA and this president had contacted you and have a little interaction or sit down a meeting before go in public with their misgivings about this matter. But someone is asking on our WhatsApp group right there, there's a message which says, why didn't you have a meeting with them first before coming out with a decision? Where's the consultation with all stakeholders before coming to a decision? Do you feel you could have done better or differently yourself in engaging them by initiating some kind of discussion on the matter before announcing the decision about having the unvaxxed carnival?
No, we are meeting everybody. We are meeting everybody.
No,
We've not been meeting
before that.
SLM. No, we are. Let me tell you, we are constantly in dialogue. We don't meet with the SLMD.
Let me tell you, Ernest himself, demoting himself. Ernest is saying why Merle Clark didn't have a meeting with him. Then he is saying he's in constant dialogue with the Medical and Dental Association. You see, I tell you, boy, he demoting his own self. Carry on.
Yeah, because they're not a direct stakeholder. We meet with the Ministry of Health.
Okay.
We meet with the epidemiology unit. We meet with the chief medical officer. We meet with the police. We meet with everybody. There's been constant consultation and dialogue from last year on this matter. SLMDA is not involved directly in it as an association, but their members are the same medical professionals.
Okay.
And they are not the authority to say yay or nay. I mean, they can offer their advice, and if they believe they have their advice, they want to.
This narcissistic man is ridiculous. They are not the ones to say yay and nay. Their people are part of the doctor. So tell me, which doctor in their right mind? would approve madness like that. No doctor in their right mind would approve that. And the lady is right. And I see they cussing the lady, telling the lady all kind of things about herself. This is a nasty, saloptic kind of thinking. They were cussing the lady, telling the lady all kind of things. The lady is trying to protect us, but the surrogates went down and dirty and nasty, telling the lady things. Mulclack, Dr. Mulclack. Right? I always operate on principle. You don't have to like me, I don't have to like you. But I operate on principle. And what the lady is saying, the lady was spot on. The Medical and Dental Association was spot on. But you know, the little zagwieg that are the supporters of SLP went down and dirty, telling the lady all kind of things on Facebook. So hot. That's what you're like. So hot.
To offer us, we are more than willing to engage them and to listen to them. But I mean, we
have
the police with the Ministry of Health that are relevant to St. Canada.
The leader of the opposition, Mr. Alan Chasney, has entered into the fray in terms of the public pronouncements on this matter. And what I'm reading is that he is accusing the government of blatant disregard for the professionals following this week's announcement of unvaxxed carnival plans. And that is being published on stluciatimes.com. And it goes on and it says, a Ministry of Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information press release said that Carnival this year will be open to vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals with guidelines to follow. The ministry had previously outlined plans for a vax event, but the leader of the opposition took issue with the new development in a Facebook post, and it's quoting him as saying, "Unbelievable that the government would change and announce the new protocols for Carnival without at least consulting with the Medical and the Dental Association." Is accusing the St. Lucia Labour Party administration of blatant disregard for the professionals who have the first-hand burden and experience of dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic over the last more than 2 years. Is there some muddying of the waters coming into this based upon what I'm reading, the statements by the leader of the opposition, that seems to be taking the line of just what I've asked you about?
I mean, you know, to quote Alan Chasney, for me is really, you know, put it that way. Alan Chasney probably personifies disrespect and disregard of professionals.
What's up, that?
God have mercy upon us.
Well, I think we need scripture reading inside of it because this ain't it, are you?
Say what? According to Alan, seriously? Alan Chasney is the one that personifies disrespect. Labour brought disrespect to this country. Ernest Hilaire, you fall on your head. Ernest, won't you the one? Lord, I tell you, I'm so glad. Y'all make my job so easy debunking y'all. Papi, weren't you the one who said Chico need to be fired? So who disrespecting professionals? I have never heard Alan Chasney or anybody else say to fire a professional, but you did so hot. Continue.
And he's the last person that can pontificate when somebody is disrespecting a professional. I really would like him to probably have a constructive engagement, find out how many meetings we've had, how many discussions we've had, and to find out from the stakeholders of Carnival. The same stakeholders he had promised they would have gotten everything. So, I mean, I think we need to move on and we need to continue the dialogue. And if the SLMDA has some advice they want to give, it can't just be go back and have only vaccinated people in Carnival. Then maybe SLMD.
You hear what he's saying? It cannot only be vaccinated people in Carnival. And as I've said to y'all, you're letting politicians fool you. While your bank account have $0, their hands in the milli. So all of y'all who are unvaccinated, because people who are vaccinated do die from COVID, right? So all of y'all who saying, oh my boy, now I can go and jump up unvaccinated, it is not love. They love y'all unvaccinated people. Even the vax is not love, they love Yola. Their hands in the millie, they need to make the big money. This SLP government is basically using the carnival to fill their pockets, and they're milking the people of St. Lucia. When you go and wind your ass on the road, you pay your cost in $1,000, you come back at home, you get your mother sick, your grandmother sick, whoever you get sick and they die, then medical bills, all kind of things. Ernest and the government smiling, they capestate, wailing, laying, drinking the expensive wine, eating caviar, and y'all there like a bunch of idiots dying. Continue.
I think we need to move on, and we need to continue the dialogue. And if the SLMDA has some advice they want to give, it can't just be go back and have only vaccinated people in Carnival. Then maybe SLMDA, we should only have vaccinated people in Grosley on a Friday night. We should only have vaccinated people in the Rodney Bay Strip on a Friday night. I mean, the point is there are many ways of dealing with the issue. There are guidelines that can put in place. So, for example, you can require persons going to shows to have a negative rapid test before they enter the show. They're allowed into the show. The guidelines that you can put in. You know, for example, you can require every person going to a show to have a negative rapid antigen test. You can do that. Right. The same way we allow unvaccinated people to enter the country, we allow, you know, I mean, the reality, Shelton, just sit down and think about it. Think about St. Lucia, today's St. Lucia. Vax and unvax are mixing all over the place already.
Okay.
That is the reality. I'm not saying it's right. But that's the reality. So we can put guidelines that can minimize and make events.
So in essence, what Ernest is saying in the Salopte, he's saying there to Shelton, is let it be. Let them mix qu'on vie savane poule, qu'on vie chien, qu'on vie cochon. Let all of them mix like a bag of wire in a sheep clothing. Let them mix like your more. Ça fait face yo, kite yo more, and y'all there, and y'all clapping for that shit-ass government? My man, continue.
Safer. And, you know, I'm not sure the SLMDA approach solved the problem. I mean, we have a lot of people who are just not getting vaccinated, including medical professionals who are not getting vaccinated. That's the reality we live in. And like I said, there are some countries that have totally done away with protocols, done away with a mask mandate. And it's not right in our view. But the point is, people are finding ways to cope and live.
Mr. Minister, there's a slight breakup, so I hope that you can hear me. In terms of moving forward with this matter, some people are suggesting that there is a disconnect, or that there is a disparity between your ministry and the Ministry of Health, that they do not sound like they're on the same page. Do you think it would be helpful, or it would have been helpful for the statement to have been backed up with something from the Ministry of Health, so that people do not claim or believe or see that there's any disjointedness between what... I note your comments about the Medical and Dental Association, that they are an organization, essentially private, representing doctors and so on, that they may not have the locus standi, so to speak, to be a determinant. But the Ministry of Health is a fellow department of the government. Are you happy that the Ministry of Health is utterly on the same page in terms of how the public communication has been projected?
Can I tell you, the Ministry of Health has been doing an excellent job in managing the COVID situation. They've also been...
The Ministry of Health has been doing an excellent job.
Girl, I think we need scripture reading inside of it. It's are you?
The Ministry of Health is doing an excellent job. Bon Dieu, nous fini ici, nous fini ici, mon là, nous fini. Hold you, no boy, nous fini. Carry on.
Excellent in terms of the advice that they offer as to how it should be managed. But they offer advice, and it's up to the different entities to decide how best to implement the decisions. Cabinet can decide that there is no carnival in St. Lucia, and there will be no carnival. Cabinet can decide that it must be only vaccinated, and then it will only be vaccinated. The Ministry of Health would advise on how best it is to be organized and what are the protocols we should follow, and Cabinet will make the final decision. And Cabinet, in making its decision, will look at the economy, look at the creation of employment, look at the impact on everyday living in St. Lucia, look at the creative and cultural value of hosting Carnival, and put that vis-a-vis the science. What is Omicron? What's the effect on Omicron? What will be the consequences? What's our capacity to manage the consequences? And make a decision at the end. I mean, the Ministry of Health will give, and I can tell you they've been giving excellent advice to us, and they've been certainly providing all the advice to us as to how they think we can go about managing Carnival. But it is then up to, in light of how many other factors, to decide what the best situation for the country.
My final question to you, Mr. Minister, as I read all the buzz and all the palaver that has erupted on social media over this matter, the SLMDA's position, and other people too, even before the SLMDA letter came out, you know, social media influencers, media people and so on, they have shared their views on it, expressing misgivings likewise. Of course, there has been the counter push for those who believe that it's much ado about nothing. But one of the things which has stuck out, and I believe it would not be fair to those following us if I didn't ask you, that people are suggesting that perhaps you were persuaded in a certain direction because of your personal involvement in Carnival, in the Carnival band. I can't remember the name of the band, Red International or something like that. They're suggesting that you probably have a little bent and a little leaning to be favorable towards having the Carnival despite the risk and the possible downsides. What would you answer to that, sir? It's almost like an accusation that's been insinuated against you.
You know, Shelton, but you're actually repeating it, Shelton. And can I just say something to you to just put it straight to the fore? Of course,
You heard what he tells Shelton, but Shelton, you're repeating it. That is who Ernest and his government are. They do not want anybody to bring the truth to light because they ask him, he said to Ernest, people are saying it's because you have a stake in Red International. Let me tell you, in the States and these places, these politicians can't have stake in anything to benefit them, Jail for them, But in St. Lucia, you're there having these politicians do what they want with y'all. Can you believe this? Continue.
Having the Carnival despite the risk and the possible downsides. What would you answer to that, sir? It's almost like an accusation that's been insinuated against you.
Shelton, but you're actually repeating it, Shelton. And can I just say something to you to just put it straight to the fore? Of course, I've been associated with Red Carnival Band, and I have no shame or any, reason to deny that. But Carnival in St. Lucia is not Red Carnival Band. There was Carnival before I was born, and there'll be Carnival after I die. Carnival all of a sudden doesn't matter in St. Lucia. It's not about me. I'm not pushing Ernest Hilaire's agenda. Of course I support Carnival. Of course I'm a Carnival person. I support Calypso. I support Panorama. And I've been involved in the arts, and I support it, and I do everything I can to promote it, to be the best in the Caribbean. It is the largest economic activity in the country. But all of a sudden we forget it's the largest economic activity in the country. It is. It is our premier cultural event. But all of a sudden we should forget that. This is not about Ernest Hilaire. This is about Carnival. There was Carnival there before I was born. Okay. So this is not about Ernest Hilaire pushing his own personal interest. I support Carnival. I support cricket. I support community development. And I will always promote those things. I support the creative industries. I will champion them. I will be a champion for the creative industries. I will be, and I will push for a better Carnival in St. Lucia and the desire for it to be the best Carnival in the Caribbean, and I will fight for that.
Okay.
And I'm not going to back down because Alan Shastley says this or somebody says Hilaire is pushing his agenda. I will fight for the better conditions for our young people in this country. I've been involved in cricket and sports. I will fight for it. I will champion for it.
Okay.
And if we and if you cannot have champions for causes and for what you believe in, then come on. So I mean, I really don't have too much time for people to say Hilaire just want to push his band or whatnot. I'm not even active in the band. I'm not, but I support Carnival.
All right.
I want us to have the best Panorama. I want us to have the best Calypso this year. Is that wrong?
Okay, Mr. Minister, is there anything further that you wanted to say before we wrap up this interview segment?
No, all I can say is, look, we've made it very clear. We have stated our intention of where we headed. We will continuously assess the situation, take the best advice, and at the end of the day, make the best decision in the interest of St. Lucia. When we had announced we were going to do carnival, no other Caribbean country thought it was possible to do it. But we thought it was possible. Now everybody else is doing it. Everybody else is having an open carnival. And then those who were saying when I first announced it that people were going to be dying in the streets and all those things will not happen. God forbid, we have any spike after, but then we have to prepare ourselves if we decide to go that way to manage it. At the end of the day, a final decision will be taken. The biggest economic activity in St. Lucia is Carnival. The premier cultural event in St. Lucia is Carnival. All the other countries are pushing, promoting for them to have the best Carnival in the Caribbean because it means something to us as Caribbean people and as Caribbean economies. So we are continuing to be in that effort to have the best Carnival in the Caribbean. If the conditions do not allow it, we will change because we are responsible people. But already we're preparing for jazz next year. We're preparing for independence next year. We're preparing for Journée Creole and Creole Heritage Month in October. We're preparing for Emancipation Day, Emancipation Month in August. That's how you have to do it. Prepare, plan. And if the conditions change, you then change your plans. And if the UWPs cannot accept, then sorry. We need to move ahead with the development of our country.
You see that? People were in trouble. At the end, you heard what the jackass said? If the UWPs cannot accept that, so St. Lucia right now, Ernest and his government, they are not governing the people of St. Lucia. They are governing SLPs. Because it's only UWPs that complaining about the malproperty and the nastiness that will be going on for Vax or on Vax Mass. Can you believe Ernest in the end saying the UWPs?
Accept and sorry. We need to move ahead with the development of our country. We're preparing for Emancipation Day, Emancipation Month in August. That's how you have to do it. Prepare, plan. And if the conditions change, you then change your plans. And if the UWPs cannot accept, then sorry. We need to move ahead.
You hear him? If the UWPs, then sorry. A whole set of freaking madmen running our country. A whole set of imbeciles running our country. UWPs. Let me tell you, when I said to you that if you are not drinking red blood, if you are not soaked in red blood, they are not going to help you. If you are UWP, you better pray. Go on your knees. Stick together with people who can push you forward, because this government will not, if your tongue is dry, they will not give you a drop of water on your tongue to quench your thirst. This is a wicked, wicked government. And the people are sitting there accepting that. Everything this man said tonight, nothing scientific, because when you're making decision, you have to use your empirical data. You got to use your scientific information to make a sensible decision. And as I have seen there, based on what this clown has said, and this government, people of St. Lucia, you on your own. You are going to remember So. You're going to remember Soraya Louise Alexander. You're going to remember her. You're going to remember this lady saying to you, you are on your own. People, I am begging you. You going on the bus or wherever, people, wear your mask, people. Hold your sanitizer. Do what you have to do. There is the flu in St. Lucia. I'm not saying no. There is the flu. Like me, I have the flu. There is the flu. But people, there is Omicron, there is Delta, there is all kind of thing. Even monkeypox want to reach. Just now we'll have apepox too. Because it's a bunch of apes running our country. A bunch of apes running our country. and y'all sitting there and y'all there. You know what? I saw somebody, a young person, make a statement, and the person said, all that going on and Lucians, yes, they accepting that. The young person said, if Lucians had a bit of French in them, they would have protested. And it's true. Y'all sit down there, have a set of clown, nothing scientific. So it tells me that carnival is going ahead, not based on scientific information. Because number one, we're not seeing the head who is CMO. We're not seeing the people, the other lady, I forgot her name. We're not seeing any of these people to come to us and speak to us. But this is what labor do, y'all. Lies and deceit. Lies and deceit. And many illusions, you'll need to read. You need to open your mind. Don't look at politicians. Look at what they are doing to your country. Don't look at them and say, oh, that's a good. I like that, man. I can like a politician. If you do shit, I tell you shit you doing. Crap you doing. Our country is in for a rough ride. Our country is in for a rough ride. So hot. So let me tell you people, y'all got to get it together in this country. And if you do not know, let me inform you that you cannot go to La Mina again if you do not, like the government used to send people there, you know, for them to get their medication or their surgeries. That cannot happen again. It is not happening again because the government of St. Lucia owes too much money. The government of St. Lucia owes too much money. So I have given you enough food to eat. And to all those jealous of my coffees and me coming and do what, don't be jealous, be innovative, be like me. But y'all can't do what I do because y'all have the gift and God I give it to y'all. So this is why y'all have to come and back at people like me and say all kind of things. I ain't no politician pocket. My people, I gave y'all enough food tonight. And I want to tell y'all I love y'all and we'll be back here on Monday. More fire. We put in more wood in the fire. Remember to support the movement. And remember that I love you and I'll see you on Monday. I'm going to get my rest, people, so I'll be strong as a lion. Strong. Love y'all. Bye.
We expose lies and deceit. Expect us.